What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka Shorty C94, back at you again. Episode 50 of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. All right, what's up, everybody? Just sent an invitation to our guest. So, Alpha Meech, Larry V, Coach J's Kicks, Mellow Yellow MD, chilling, just trying to get our guest. So, hopefully we can get him soon. Hello to everybody joining. What's up, Insta GG, Ross Sneaks 83, One Nasir, CJ the Sneaker Feed, CIVMX. What is up, Christian? What's up, V Faded? Zack can't work his phone, so we're trying to see if we can get him to be a part of the show since he is guest number 50. So, what's everybody been copping? What's up, Dr. Mays 26? Oh, man. What's up, iLap 38? Knew this was going to happen. Yeah. Work boots. What's up, Loves Jones? iLap. I'm just trying to get like you. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to stay fly. You know, just trying to do that and get our guest. Last cop Pine Green threes. Latest pickup was the Eagles threes. Okay, a lot of people feeling those threes. Okay, not bad. Wasn't my cup of tea, but you know. Okay, we have them finally.
What's the deal? What's the deal?
Nothing, man. We did a practice run and everything.
You know, hey, what's the deal? What's going on?
All right. Christian was just saying how her last cop was the 450s. What's up to Black Al Bundy, Eddie Spaghetti?
Yeah. All my real sneakerheads is in the building right now. What's the deal?
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
what's good?
All right. So the show is broken up into 4 quarters, and we have a halftime segment. It's something new I'm bringing out for this 50th episode. But you know, we'll pregame it and start with our warm up. What was the most positive thing you took from 2020?
The most positive thing that I took in 2020.
Yeah, what was the most positive thing you took from that year? Everybody was struggling, one way or another. What's up, Justin? What's up, Hunter? What's up, Bam Man?
Well, I mean, the fact that
what's up, Carl?
The fact that I was able to was able to move on from me being in the sneaker, me being in the sneaker business and all that, for me to actually move on and journey out to do something better, like, a lot of people ain't think that I would be able to do it. First I went to Amazon, I was there for like 3 years, and now, God willing, I was able to go ahead and get this job at Cleveland Clinic, and everybody know I'm a people person. So I mean, this was this is a gift from God, that I deal with patients, I deal with people every day. that's the best thing that I got so far. This, out of this whole thing, getting a new job.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
All right. I respect it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So introduce yourself to the people. A lot of people already know who you are, what you do, but let know.
What's the deal, y'all? This Zack, better known as 20 years and counting KOS, King of Sales, King of Sales, however you want to put it. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Me and Chris, my name ring bells just as it is. I'm a legend in the shoe game just from working in Next. Next, Finish Line, Foot Locker, you name it. I've been there. I've been there. I've done it.
We're gonna talk
Same thing.
about Urban Revolution
So,
either, nigga.
oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, Urban Revolution. Forgot about Urban Revolution. Shout out to Crush. Yeah. I've been doing this for a long time, so
Yeah.
everybody know who I am.
Right.
And then one half of my sneaker team, Fly Kicks Only 216. Shout out, Larry, my boy Jimmy. That's the fam right there. So.
All right. Well, I gotta ask, what shoe did you wear today?
Believe it or not, I just got off work and I was wearing like Yeezys and stuff like that to just to start off working because I do a lot of walking. But believe it or not, I found the shoe that's super comfortable. I love it. I love it to death. I would recommend anybody to get this shoe, and it's called the Nike Space Hippies.
All right.
I love that shoe. Love it. That's my go-to shoe right now. The Space Hippies.
Okay.
Very comfortable shoe.
All right. Well, we've warmed up a little bit, so we'll get into the first quarter.
Yes, sir.
Zachary, what is your earliest sneaker memory?
My earliest.
Crocs.
Yeah, hey, I was rocking the Crocs. That's the funny. I started off rocking the Crocs, and what's funny is with that story is somebody got hurt in my department, so we had to switch up the shoe. Like we couldn't. They didn't allow us to wear Crocs no more. So everybody had to actually get a shoe that that you could walk around in at the hospital. So that's why I got the Space Hippies, and I love them. So yeah.
Okay.
But no, I'm sorry. Repeat that question, Chris.
What was your earliest sneaker memory?
Yeah,
I'll be right back. I'm listening.
My earliest sneaker memory. Probably be when I first started this whole thing was when I was younger. My mom had took me to a store. Everybody might remember, you might not, but back in the day, it used to be a store called VIP Sports. It was in Harvard Plaza.
Yep, Leon Harvard.
And we were inside the store. My mom told me she was gonna give me some shoes, and she promised me she was gonna give me some Jordans. And I was like, at the time I wanted the newest pair, and at that time was the Bordeaux 7s that came out, and the black and red 6s, of course. And the thing about this story is my mom had seen the guy that was trying to sell us the shoes or whatever. He had the Bordeaux 7s on, and she said, well, his shoes look like that, because how the suede was back in the day or whatever. And my mom was like, well, no, you need to go ahead and pick another shoe. So the black and red 6s was there. That's like that's my love right there. That's where it started at right there. That black and red Jordan 6. That's where it started at. So that's like my earliest memory of me even starting this whole sneaker thing. Like that's my shoe right there is the black and red 6s. To this day, that's my favorite Jordan is the black and red 6s.
All right.
Infrared with that.
And you say that that's the shoe that got you, in the game is the black and
yeah.
6.
The black and red 6s is what started out for me. Black and red six.
Now let me ask you this: what's the first shoe and or outfit that you broke necks with?
The first shoe that I broke, yeah. Hey, y'all gonna laugh, man, but back then, they had I was big. I was real big. And at that time, I couldn't really fit nothing. They had the LRG and all that stuff at the time. But at the time, I was wearing tall tees, the colorful tees to match the shoes. And at that time, my go-to shoes was the Jordans with the mixed Air Force Ones. You know what I'm saying? That was the shoe right there. That's where it started off. It was the Jordans mixed with the Air Force Ones. That was my first shoe I started off rocking with when I started rocking with Next.
All right. I can live with that. Okay. All right. Now, back in the day, when you was, young, talking about getting the sixes, you could have got the board 07s. Once you started, having your parents get you shoes or whatever, who were your sneaker influences? Was there anybody, on TV? Were there people in the neighborhood, people at the school? Was it anybody that kind of influenced your early style?
With getting sneakers, like
sneakers, clothes,
I mean, of course, when I was in school, back in the day when you was like going to like when you were in the like middle school and all that type of stuff, we had it where, you would come to school and you would leave like around lunchtime to go pick up the new pair of J's or whatever, and then you would come back and show up with the new pair of J's on, that type of stuff, like right there. I wasn't doing all that, I wasn't doing all that. And I was wondering like, how everybody was getting these shoes and stuff. See, when I first started out, I was a lame. I ain't gonna lie to it. I lied to you, when it came down to the shoes and stuff, I couldn't afford them. I got what my parents could get me.
Sure.
At the time, I was just, my mom, she knew kind of, she was a little bit on the style, my stepmother, on the shoes and stuff. At the time, it was, what was it called? It was called Dallas Shoe Warehouse. Matter of fact, Dallas Shoe Warehouse. Okay. And believe it or not, I got the the black, white, and blue pennies from there, the first ones, and I also got the Air Raids, the piece ones, the red, black, yellow, green ones. Those were my shoes that I got back then, and like I said, I kept it going. Finally was able to get a job, and I think my first pairs of Jordans that I was actually that me personally that I actually bought with my own money was the black and white and purple Jordan Pro Man Strongs. Those shoes right there. The what was them? Was them the Eddie Jones shoes?
Yeah, the Pro Quicks.
Yeah, that was my first pair of J's that I actually bought for my actual self. Was those.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah.
What your first shoe was. All right.
Yeah, it was that shoe right there. That was the shoe that I actually bought with my own money. I actually, back then, we had what you called the circulator, and you get on the circulator, 50 cent, get you straight to the mall, and get you the shoes. And back then, it wasn't hard to like really get Jordans and stuff. You know how it is now where you go to the store and they just sold out. No, back then, they kept shoes. They kept them, I remember when they had the black and white 12s,
Yeah.
They still have black and white 12s sitting at the stores,
Calling us old in the comments, man.
I see, right? Is that Bell? It sure is.
Yeah.
What's the deal?
Yeah, it's cool.
What's the deal?
All right. Well, let's jump into the second quarter right quick. I mean, I was gonna ask you, what was your first job that afforded you, being able to get the shoe?
My first job, like where I actually bought, I take that back. My very first job with me buying my own shoes was when I was working at Geauga Lake.
Okay.
Geauga Lake, sure. Geauga Lake, y'all gonna laugh, but at the time, you remember when when it was time to go back to school, you know what I'm saying? You got to buy your own clothes, and you got to buy the shoes and stuff to go back to school. You wanted to be fresh.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. My first 2 pairs of shoes that I actually bought when I was working at Geauga Lake was a pair of Sauconys, a pair of Sauconys, and I bought the red, white, and blue Vin Bakers.
Okay.
Those were the 2 shoes I had. Yeah, those were the 2 shoes I had.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
And my little sister Christian in here. What's good, sis?
She been saying we.
Hey,
Here's what it said.
Props. I see you. My boy Mike in the building. I see you.
Yeah, Mike Allen, man. Record.
Yes. That's family right there.
Yeah.
My boy V in here too. Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got to see Mike before I left Cleveland. A couple of guys interviewed me, DJ Focus and Knowles Darby, and he was there, with them. And I remember him being a little dude at the record exchange coming in. I used to be on the tour. Good times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you already told me what the first shoe, you bought. But where was your favorite place to get the shoes back in the day? Or, did you have a couple? I know you talked about VIP Sports, but
Dude, back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was me growing up, us growing up here. I mean, you know what it was. You know what I'm saying? It was Randall Park Mall, of course. And at the time, Randall Park Mall, we had all the stores. You know what I'm saying? You had Foot Locker, you had Foot Action, you had Champs, you had City Blue that was upstairs. You even had what was my store called?
You had Athlete's Foot.
Athlete's Foot, you know what I'm saying?
You had Athletic.
Next was in the building, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'll never forget. I will never forget. I was walking in the mall. This is when you couldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? You remember back in the day when you would walk into a store and be like, I wish I can get this, or that you pick up the shoe or whatever, and you just be like, one day. I remember that I walked in next, matter of fact. And I want to say it was either the Great Five. Yeah, it was the Great Fives, matter of fact. It was the Great Fives. I picked up the bottom of that shoe.
I remember this.
And I swear the price tag, I want to say they said
$250.
Did they say $250?
Yeah, $250.
$250.
And you
now
shirt.
Now, Chris, you remember?
Yeah.
Well, by us growing up, Jordans wasn't no more than maybe about $150. You know what I'm saying? If that.
Yeah, I mean, this in 06, they were still doing the releases where the price was kind of how it was back when the shoe originally came out. Like,
yes,
those were OG color, the grapes, but they were a lifestyle release at the same time. So next had them, and City Blue got them later. They got them late, but yeah, you had to buy the shirt, and they was $250.
Yeah. And I mean, a shoe that a lot of people slept on, and which is crazy to this day, that they like really, really popular, is the Olive Nines. Yeah. The Olive Nines sat. They sat. You know what I'm saying?
I used to work at Foot Action in East Cleveland. We couldn't get them bitches away.
They sat. Like.
Yeah.
So.
I used to wear them because that was when I was working at Foot Action and Record Exchange. And
yeah. Good look.
People used to hate on me for wearing them. Like, man, why are you wearing them ugly ass, Jordans? So.
Hey, because they look like boots.
Yeah.
If you actually looked at them, they look like boots, and the color on them was like that brown, like, you know what I'm saying? They were like, what the fuck, like a greenish brown, like that. So
yeah.
I mean,
And then, you know, they made them into a boot a couple years ago. They're like hard as fuck to find too. And the original
Yeah.
to find some of them other.
And I mean, to this day, like, you know, when you was younger, of course, you know, you had your parents and stuff where you would mess up where you mess up your shoes and stuff, and then of course they'll buy you another pair. But now you see the significance of them, and you know, it's some shoes that I like. I wish I would have never played basketball or, you know, played outside in, you know, because I can't get them again. Like this gonna make y'all laugh, but like I said, my mother was into wasn't into the shoes all like that, but she kind of knew the style a little bit. But everybody remember Payless, of course, you know what I'm saying, and I think everybody remember the shoes, the LA Lights. Okay, this is a true story. Payless made a shoe that looked just like the LA Lights. They looked just like them. They were called Voits, Voit. Okay, and I had them. I had an all black pair of Voits. Dude, I wore them to school. And everybody was like, "Oh, the boys is hard. Where you get them from?" Until somebody pulled up that pants leg on that shoe and seen that there was Voice. I got laughed at so hard. Like, I was in tears. And ever since that day, when I was younger, I said, "Oh no, this will never happen again. This will never happen again." And then my mom also tried to buy me a pair of shoes that look like the pennies, and I was like, you know, I might be able to get away with this, okay? So I looked at the shoe, I examined the shoe, and I tried to draw like, you remember how you used to try to draw like the little Nike checks and stuff on the shoe? Dude, I tried to make the shoe look like the pennies. When I tell y'all they came out, man, hey, them boy, hey, but you know, you live and you learn, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we've been doing this for a very, very long time with this shoe stuff, you know. This is a passion that we both love, but you know,
for sure,
it's definitely different nowadays, you know. It's definitely different now. So
that was rough. I'm sorry you had to go through.
Yeah, and of course, everybody remember the infamous riot at Randall Park Mall for the Cool Gray 11s. You know, that's getting ready to drop this year.
You'll never forget. I remember seeing a nigga jump from the second floor.
Dude, I was there. I was there when it got so violent to the point where they broke the Foot Locker gates.
I remember that.
They tore that bitch off. They tore that bitch off the hinges. And then this the part that really messed you up. Dude, I mean, people got their ass whooped if they came outside with those Cool Grays. I'm talking about, I seen people get beat with bats. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was really a riot at Randall Park Mall for them Cool Grays. Like, I'll never forget that. That's history right there.
See,
for real.
What was crazy about that was March 3rd, 2001. I remember the day.
Yes.
March 3rd, 2001.
Yes.
Like I said, the dude jumping from the second floor into the first floor. I remember them breaking Foot Locker's gate. I didn't get the shoes. It was just a sea of people. And this is before resale. Like, niggas just really wanted those shoes.
They just wanted the shoe.
And that was the first time they had ever done an all-gray Jordan.
And dude, it made the fucking news. Like, I mean, it was all over the news about the Cool Grays.
Yeah,
the Cool Grays, all over the news. They were like, the new Jordan. It was like the new Air Jordan. They had pictures and everything talking about a riot that happened at Randall Park Mall.
And it was unexpected because, you know, for some of the younger sneakerheads that may be viewing this, you know, the Concords came out first in October. And, I mean, they were around for like 2-3 weeks before they sold out.
They sure was.
The Space Jams did a little better. They came out like December. Nobody cared about the Columbias in January. And then those Cool Grays were stupid.
The Cool Grays is what the cool grades is what started a lot of this, for real. Like, it got worse. Like I said, it got worse over the years. I'm going to say 11s, period, man. Any 11s that started to drop, people went crazy over.
Well,
I remember I was at Richmond Mall. Dude. They had a fucking riot over the bread 11s. I'm talking about, I will never forget, I was there. And it was so sad that I seen a little boy walking with a bag in his hand. He had just got them bread 11s. Like that was maybe his Christmas gift or something. And the dude asked him what size they was. Before he could say anything, Chris, they snatched that bag so fast out of his hand. Dude, I swear all the fuck he had was the handles. That's how serious it was.
Now,
over some shoes.
Was this back like 96 or was this like 01?
This was in 01. Matter of fact, whenever them breads had came back out, the bread 11s.
Yeah.
When Richmond Mall was open and Finish Line and all that stuff was rocking, yeah.
I remember.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember having a hard time. That was the one time I felt like it was easy to get them. Was that time because I remember I got a pair early from City Blue. I paid like $180. I had them like a month early. I got another pair on release day. And
Shout out to City Blue. Shout out to City Blue for real, all day.
And then
for sure,
I was able to get another pair from OJ Menswear at Lee and Harvard like 2 months later, and they were $100. So at one point, I mean, I had like, because I still had the 96 pair, I had like 4 pairs of black and red 11s, but they were, I didn't have a hard time getting them that time, but every other time it was an issue. I mean, I remember us not being able to get them in 2012 when we were working at Next, but we'll talk about Next.
Hey, we already know that story.
Yeah.
We all know that story.
All right. So, staying back in the day for just a little longer, what was what were some clothing brands that you rock with, say early 2000s, late 90s when you was starting to work and get your own, gear up?
It's funny you say that. At the time, like I said, at that time, I was big. I was really big, and I couldn't fit too much stuff. You know what I'm saying? And of course, at that time, working in Next, you had to stay up. You had to stay on brands and stuff like that. So we did have Polo. Of course, we had Polo. We had the big and tall Polo.
I remember.
Now I'll never forget this day. I will never forget this day. I had got a check. It was a Polo shirt that came in, and I bought it. They didn't give me no discount. They didn't give me shit off this shirt. You know what I'm saying? If you want it, you had to buy it. You know what I'm saying? So I bought it. Tell me, I ended up going to a store called Marshall's. I think it was Marshall's. Yeah, it was Marshall's. And they had the same damn shirt that we had at Next, right? For however much that shirt was. I know it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I get on the phone. I call my boss. I say, hey, y'all owe me some money. He said, I want some money. We owe you some money for what? I said, this same shirt that we were selling is in Marshall's for like, what was it, $30, $40? He started laughing. Ever since that day, like I said, I did my own style. You know what I'm saying? I did my own style. I wasn't, I didn't care what nobody said. I didn't care about all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was Zack. That's the way I felt. Like I was Zack.
Yeah.
I'm getting them as much money as I am in that company. They should start, start getting me my own clothes and stuff if they really want me to wear what they got. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, at the time, I was just big. So shout out to my dude Nervism. He was making me shirts to match all my shoes and stuff. Like he would do. Like I had a pair of Yeezys. You know what I'm saying? He made me the Yeezy shirt with the bear. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I had my own style, of course. And then I was wearing the jerseys. The oversized jerseys and the Mitchell and Ness coats and stuff like that. So yeah. I could do that, but I wasn't on all that, wearing red monkeys and all that shit. I wasn't spending no $400-500 on no pair of jeans. It just wasn't me.
No,
I'm sorry.
feel it. I mean, yes, it's
What's up, Janae? You already know. You know the story.
Janae,
You know the story.
legend.
That's that's the queen right there. That's the queen of next right there. That's the queen.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Many a Friday and Saturday having niggas ball,
Hey.
all kinds of outfits,
Hey.
whatever.
Hey, to go my cousin. Hey, to go my cousin Dre. What's good, Dre? I see you. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So back in the day, I mean, all right, none of us got the cool gray 11s, but were there any other early sneaker L's for you that you took back then, or was it just that one? That's really the most memorable one for me. I was able to pretty much get everything else.
That was the most memorable one for me. Of course, Chris, you was Chris. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know, it's true story, y'all. Me and Chris, we met. You know, he was working at the record exchange. Okay.
Maple Heights.
And I would tell him, you know, he would look out for me on deals and stuff, and he knew about my favorite movie being White Man Can't Jump, and he actually had he called me and said, Zack, we got the DVD in. I said, the DVD of what? He said, we got White Man Can't Jump. I said I need it.
Yeah. And
of course, you know what I'm saying, I rushed up there to get it. But yeah, me and Chris, we got history together, and ever since then, man, it's been nothing but love. You know, that's like my brother right there. Of course, we talk shit about each other all day, but he know what it is, you know.
Yeah.
We've been rocking for years now, so it's family.
Like 20 years.
That's family. That's family all day.
Now, before we go to halftime and start talking to, you know, the people in these comments,
yeah.
Did you have a regrettable past, like a shoe or something that was a moment back then where you like, man, why did I buy these, you know, in the early 2000s, you know?
What shoe did I buy that I regretted buying? Shit, I gotta think on that one.
Well, I'll tell you, I was, for whatever reason, I really liked the Shocks, and I kind of went overboard with the Shocks when they first came out.
The Shocks, yeah.
I've still got like every Vince Carter 1 through 5, the ones with the zipper, the ones with the full Shocks, the Jermaine O'Neal Shocks. Like I went crazy with the Shocks in the early 2000s because they're just so raw to me. But when I look at them now, I'm like, that was a bummer. But I ain't got rid of them yet. You know what I'm saying? I still pull them out every now and then.
Yeah, I get you there. I can't really think, Chris. Like for real, like a lot of people gonna laugh, but me personally, I don't too much care for forces. Like I'm not really no Air Force One type of person. Like I've worn them, of course. I think we have all worn them, but once they crease and, you know what I'm saying, that's just like, it's almost like wearing with your Jordan 1s, because, I mean, you know the story with me and the Jordan 1s. I didn't like Jordan 1s when they first came out. I really did not. You know, I didn't care for them. I didn't care for no damn Dunks. None of that. Which is crazy is I have just as many pairs of 1s that I do with my favorite Jordan, which is the 6.
Yeah.
Now, but forces? No, I don't have not one pair of Air Force One. Not one pair.
Okay.
Not one.
Before we go to halftime and start talking to y'all in the comments, I remember you sold me, and they were too big because they were your size. They were a 13.
What's that?
I remember you sold me the 2001 black and red ones for like less than $100. Like I just remember I had them. I tried to wear them, but they were just too big. So they were just in the box. And then a couple weeks later, I think I sold them back to you, and you sold me the those Rashid Air Force Ones that
the Rashids, yes. Yes. Was it it was the black and white ones?
Yeah, with the patent leather.
Yeah, the black and white patent leathers. Yep.
Hey, those go for big money now. I'm glad I got them.
Crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And shout out to my boy Young AR. That's who I actually got them from. You know, like I said, I wasn't really big on forces like that. That's why, I was like, I was like, yeah, Chris, you can get these.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Damn Rashid. You was like, you don't want them? I said, no,
Yeah.
I said, no, I didn't want them.
I seen Rashid wear them, but
Yeah.
him in person, and I was surprised you had them. Yeah, speaking of Aaron, I don't think we've spoke ever since he remember he got me in trouble with the Shacks.
yeah.
Oh man, that was like 8 years ago.
And I know y'all in the comments gonna laugh, but of course, when I was in school, they had everybody know them as the Scottie Pippins, the ones with the air to up tempos. You also had the cheaper version that was the exact same shoe. That was what was them called, Chris?
The Air Much up tempo.
The Air Much up tempo.
Mm-hmm.
Who remember the Air Much up tempos where you just got that little bubble?
Hey.
That was it. That was it.
Only the dope boys and the rich kids had the more up tempos.
Yep. And I mean, the Dunkins,
Yeah.
At first, the Dunkins was like a boot to me, man. You remember when I was working at the store, dude? I would wear them like boots, like them silver, them silver Dunkins and them black Dunkins. I wore them like boots. Yeah. I never really cared to rock boots for real.
Nah, I feel it. I remember. I got my Dunkins from Dick's when Dick's used to be on Miles, and they were it was maybe a few months after they came out. They was on sale for $89, $99. And
yes.
People at Shaker was trying to insinuate that I was selling drugs because I had them shoes. And I'm like,
yes.
I had these bitches from Dick's for $90.
They just done people didn't know about Dick's. They didn't know about like I said, they them stores like that, Dunham's. Remember Dunham's? You know what I'm saying? Dunham's had stuff. Hey,
Dick's used to be it was like a really kept secret because like a lot of niggas didn't know that they got retros.
Yeah.
The mall across the street, everything will be sold out, and they still have them over at Dick's. And I got cool with my dude, not Shine that that I'm cool with, but this other dude named Shine. He used to let me use his discount to wear the guys because he was one of the few people, he liked the newer Jordans as opposed to the retros. So, I got my Hair 8s from 03, my black and red 7s from 02.
My boy Drastic in the building. What's good, Dras?
Drastic. All right.
Yes. Hey, that's he the truth for real in the city, y'all. If y'all don't know about Drastic, you better get hip to Drastic. Yeah, for real. He represents 216 to the fullest. That's family right there.
Yeah, we used to have
all day
record exchange in the mixtape section. I remember that on Kasai.
Yes. Yes, all day.
At Dunham's, man, this is when I was at Record Exchange, you and I had already knew each other. They had a bunch of old stock that was just sitting, shit from the 90s that was just sitting in there, like this is like 02, 03. They had Converse Robins, which I wish I would have got. A bunch of the Air Terras, the Humeras and all that. They had a bunch of 94 Jordan 1, 2, and 3s. They were just sitting there, and they were 70% off. I got some original Air Raids, and I said I was gonna go back, and I never went back. And I wish I would have went back.
Dude, if y'all don't know about Chris, aka Shorty C94, like when I met him, I would cause I was into the shoes and everything, you know what I'm saying? I was, and when I would see him, I'd be like, damn, he got on some shoes like they about to fall apart, you know what I'm saying? But that was him, he wore the classics. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like when we was working at the store, I was telling the boss like, he'd be like, why is he? I said, that's his style. He wears classic shoes. You cannot hate on that.
I remember.
So
I remember that day. I had on the It was.
What up, Jay?
I wore them. It was. This was 13. So this was when the white 8s came out again, and I wore my 03 pair, and they had already started yellowing on the midsole.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I remember he called me in his office, and he was like, Now, I respect the game, but you gotta look brand new out the box if you're working here at Net.
You already, yes. He now now, Chris.
I mean,
Now, I mean,
he,
it's Lewis, you know. You know, hey, y'all, this true facts right here. Like,
he called
me and Chris, we worked together. We worked together at the store, and when it came down to the shoes, and everybody know Chris was the man when it came down to wearing like he loved shoes like I love shoes, you know. But they would always tell him no.
Oh,
And then Chris would be the one. Oh, you want me to wait on it? I got you. I'll wait on
we
it.
gonna get to that.
I'll wait on it.
All right,
I'll wait on it.
We'll
I'll wait on it. Yeah.
and we'll deal with the comments. Christian talking
Yep.
about, remember when your 11s? It was the low top white and Carolina 6s that had exploded when I was running next Tower City. Christian and I was working, and I hadn't worn these shoes in 7 or 8 years. Remember the low top 6s that was white in Carolina? I hadn't worn them shoes in like 7 or 8 years, and I decided to wear them to work. And like it was all over.
And it just busted open?
Huh?
Wow. They just busted open, huh?
Yeah, like the whole shoe. Like I had to buy the Flyknit Chucker because the whole shoe. She'll tell you it was crumbled midsole all over next Tower City because the shoes was just everywhere. They lasted for about 3 hours and then they just was over. Remember when that?
Well, look. How about this? No, turn light on. I can't see. So what about when remember the Barkley phone posits?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember this story? Remember the Barkley phone posits? I was rocking them in the store, and at the time we had like I think it was like the little pins or whatever, like the little nails or whatever. Mm. Well, one of them nails, I walked, and one of them nails hit my Hold on, real quick. The lights went up. God damn it.
I remember them silver ones. I remember you stepped on the scissor pin. I remember that.
Look, dude, I stepped on the pin. As I stepped on the pin, all you heard was...
Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm walking and my fucking shoe was just inflating.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's going on? But hey, y'all laughing, but they replaced my shoes. Please believe me, because like I said, I was Zack, king of sales. I made that store next to to a certain extent. They had to. So what they did was they took that shoe, they damaged it out, and they gave me a brand new pair.
Yeah,
that was only right for them to do.
I remember. You may not remember this. At next Bedford, not Northfield, but at Bedford. You remember I wore my LeBron 10 Area 72s, and the same thing happened to me. But since it had already been a couple years, they couldn't do that for me. I was like, well, I mean, Chris, what can we do?
Right.
I mean, we don't have that shoe anymore, you know.
I mean, come on, Chris. I mean, are you serious? Are you really serious right now? That was it all day.
They're from.
Shout out my boy Rick, though, man. Hey, for real.
I'll be a bigger, I'll be a shout out Rick White. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, all day.
But oh, good time.
Hey, infamous. Hey, sis, since you in the comments, I think it was me, Chris, and shout out to my big brother Cam Rich Camario. We were the best at doing the impressions of Rick White. Like seriously,
hey, you know who else?
That's what it almost started from. And he could actually do Rob too, which because I couldn't do Rob, but it was one day. It was one day, and it was the funniest thing. Rob came in the store, and I said, "Rob, you got on?" I was like, "Rob, you got on a T-shirt?" He said, "Hey." Rob was like, "This isn't a T-shirt. This is just a T-shirt. This is John Elliott." I said, "Oh shit, excuse me." I was fucking. I know who the fuck John Elliott was, you know what I'm saying? But he took it to the extreme.
Yeah.
I found out John Elliott is a very expensive clothing company. Yeah. So, like, I was like, Rob, you got on a T-shirt? It's like, this isn't a T-shirt. It's John Elliott.
Hey,
no,
you sound like this isn't a T-shirt.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's how he said it.
Yeah, but Camario was the best. But you know who else used to do a really good Rick impersonation was Andrew from the Warehouse.
Oh, shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Drew. 330 Drew. Yes, all day.
Yeah,
All day.
yeah.
All day.
Uh,
I mean, for real, we had the best crew at Next, man. Like, there will never be another crew like me, you, my sister Christian. You got
you know,
my boy Juan.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, we had, Janae, Tessie. Shout out to Takara. You know, we had everybody. Like, Latrice, and as I hear it, she's back. So
what the fuck? She's back.
yeah, Latrice is back. Latrice is back in Beechwood, man. She's there for like, I think, the weekend or something. But yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
right quick, Kristen, she brought up the time. Like, Chris, remember when Rick came in looking like T.I.? It was this one time when I was in Tower City, and
oh my God, yeah. Well, we could go on stories all day.
nigga,
We could go on stories all day about Next.
see,
Like,
let me just say,
this is funny. I'm gonna just say this one thing, y'all, and then I'm done. I remember the day that I was at the store, and a guy came in the store, and this is when people could carry guns or whatever. Dude had on shorts, okay? He had on shorts, and as I looked, the gun was hanging out his shorts or whatever. So, you know how we had codes to, you could tell, to call the police or whatever? Rick gonna write on a fucking, he gonna write on a tablet piece of paper, 911. What the fuck? Fuck you mean, 911? Oh shit, you handle that, 911. I'll never forget that day. I'll never forget it.
all right, so Rick came to Tower City once, and his hat was like, he had on like a jersey. It was late too. Like, this was definitely a surprise visit. It was like he was trying to catch me in some shit. Because the nigga never came late. Rick would be off 5 o'clock. He gone. He back.
Right.
He gone.
Right.
So,
right.
It was like 7 o'clock. And this was when Tower City used to be open until 9 on Friday and Saturday. So he came down there, and his hat was like perfectly tilted, like T.I. Like, he had like an A's hat with the jersey and white forces. And he was just walking around like he was a regular nigga. And I'm like, Rick, what? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, I almost want to be like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, the nigga would never be there. And I remember me and Christian was this yellow baseball team, yellow with green. It was the A's, the Oakland A's. Yeah, he was just walking around like, I don't know why he was there.
Hold on, with the hat cocked to the side like that?
Like, it was just like T.I. Like,
oh my goodness.
Oh, Janae brought up another one I was going to bring up. The other story.
Oh my goodness.
On a Sunday, and you randomly was there, and the nigga started taking the sensors off his old clothes. You remember that? And he tried to steal the phone.
Dude, and he said his name was Jesus.
Yeah, that.
hey.
Oh, man. And I remember everybody, all of y'all left me out there. Everybody was in the back. It was just me. I didn't know what the fuck I don't do.
Hey, y'all. Hey, this is real talk. Look. We all out there in the front of the store. Dude literally went up to the register and started undoing his stuff or whatever.
Yeah, he tried to close off. He had to close off.
Yeah, and look, Chris looking at him like, he's like, what do you think you're doing? he said, oh, Jesus. I ain't gonna lie, we all took off running. We didn't know what the fuck was about to happen. We left Chris' ass. We didn't know what was about to happen. Yeah. I'm talking about, we had classics, dude. Classics all day and Next, man. Like, there will never be, like I said, never. Never.
I remember I came out the store one day at Old Northfield, and it was like 2 different sets of niggas doing drug deals in the parking lot. And I remember I told Rick, I'm like, Rick, I can't be here at night no more, man. You remember that shit? I was like, I can't be here at night no more, man. I'll be here during the day. But once nightfall comes, I have to go. I can't be out here. I'm
glad you said that. It got to the point where we would be literally sitting because I'd be in certain areas in the store or whatever, and I'd be standing there. And it's funny, y'all, but we would see a car pull in and be like, and Rick would be like, they about to come in the store. Nah, that's a we'd be like, no, that's a drug deal, or no, they about to be in and out real quick. Like, That's how it was. Like we knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
Yeah.
So
Oh, nah. You remember the time that I ain't gonna say our dude's name because he's cool or whatever, you know, but he was high on something. Remember the time he had his grandmother's card and I was like, well, she got to be here to sign it, man. I mean, you ain't her. I can't do it. And the nigga got mad. He went outside, picked up the top of the trash can and like threw it at the store, trying to shatter the glass.
Hey, try to shatter the glass though.
Yeah.
Try to shatter the glass.
Because I wouldn't let him ring, you know, because we had them old ass credit card machines that used to break down all the time. Oh man, good times.
Dude, it's classics. It's classics. Like I said, we can go all night about what didn't happen when we was working in next. I'm talking about from people waiting for us to get to the store. How remember that day when people was talking shit or whatever, and you was like I don't give a fuck what shoe is out, okay? I'll shut this bitch down, and you won't nobody get shit.
Hey, you had to be like that sometimes, especially at Old Northfield.
Like I mean, cause at the time they was real pumped, like you know what I'm saying, like I'm gonna fuck you up, I don't get this shoe, you know what I'm saying, like they was really serious.
Yeah.
And anytime they saw, everybody knew what time it was. Anytime they seen my blue Charger pulling up to the store, it was a situation. It was a problem. Oh, Zack got all the shoes. Yeah. Oh, Zack got them all put up in the back somewhere.
He stole them.
Anybody that could not get their size just swore up and down that Zack took every fucking shoe and gave them to who he wanted. And it wasn't like that. It really wasn't. But, you know, yeah, it really wasn't. But, you know,
hey, I'm gonna leave it.
I did what I wanted to do to a certain extent, but, you know.
I'll just say that Next was very big on clienteling with more people as opposed to other people.
Chris Day getting into it with all the customers. Look, hey Chris, I'm glad y'all say something. Like, hey, it was this one time. This about to put the cake on the icing. It was this one time that me and Chris was in the store, and this white couple walked into the store, and it was just me and Chris. It was just me and Chris, right? And the record that came across the record that came on when this white couple came in, he's like, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. And Chris took off running to the back. he took off running to the back. I'm like, Chris came back up and said, I am so sorry. Oh my God, I am so sorry. I did not know that was going to happen.
Hey, they was mortified, man. They didn't know what the fuck was happening. Like, it's funny you brought that up because my wife had seen the video earlier of us, the one Gino had filmed of us where we was talking about the Apple the twos. And she was like, why was y'all playing LSG? And I had to tell her about that story, how I hit him up and came on, and I was like, man, we just gonna play R&B from now on.
Hey, seriously, Chris faced. Hey, I ain't never seen Chris run that fast before in my life. That shit came on. It was like, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. It was like, take money. Bad boy. And then the funniest thing was, Chris could not figure out how to change the song.
It cut off. I had to unplug it.
Hey, he had to unplug the whole system. The whole fucking system got unplugged. Hey, you got my big brother Dez. He just walked in. What's good, Dez?
Oh, man.
That's the shoe guy right there. You got to get him on the show, too. That's the show.
We used to switch real fast as fuck. When Rick would come in the store, yeah. I remember he had this copy of us at Old Northfield. It was Magna Carta Holy Grail, and it was clean. And we used to just play it, loop it all day. Like, well, this is all we got. Fuck it.
Man. No, Rick loved Michael Jackson. Dude, he played this fucking Michael Jackson.
The DVD?
CD, the DVD so much that when one day he went looking for it, we got so tired of seeing it that somebody took that damn DVD. Yeah, he was mad. He couldn't find that DVD.
I hit it.
Hey, oh, you hit it?
I hit it way in the back. You remember how At old Beth,
Dude,
it would go around.
I'm talking
Whoever
about.
was back there. I knew.
I'm talking about Rick was heated, dude. Like he was mad as hell about that Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I hit it from.
Dude, if we heard that beat it one more time, it was a wrap.
And this is me. Like I listen to Michael Jackson all the time, but I was even tired of it. I was like,
right,
I can't listen to this again. Not in here. Yeah, Chris.
Right.
When Chris dropped the mop and I jumped. Yeah, I remember Christian dropped the mop one time and I actually made me jump because it was like so loud and hard at Tower City. It was embarrassing because it was everybody. I'm glad you brought that up.
Right.
But
right.
That was funny. And still, Rick was like, "Why don't you go after this?" I remember that. I told Rick, I'm like, Rick, I'm not apprehending nobody over this stuff, man. Y'all got insurance. Oh man.
Man, hey.
Good times. Bro, where them pants?
Definitely was.
Hey, your boy need to
definitely was.
Man,
I'm gonna this is the funniest. So
all right, this is the last.
Hey y'all, real quick. Shout out to my boy Slow Mo Bado, B, Uncle B. Hey, Brandon. So look, Brandon was new to the team. Okay.
I think I remember that.
And of course, you know, I had got at the time, I got the most discount out of anybody in the business or whatever. I got 50% off.
That was some bull.
And hey, dude, look, you remember when the Yeezy Turtle Doves came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon put in my discount at 50%, right? And immediately, I guess a red flag or something came across the computer or whatever. And Rob called the store and was like, "What the hell is?"
Yeah.
He said, "Who just got a shoe for?" He was like, "Well, hey, Brandon was like, well, shit, y'all give him any other thing or whatever on the shoe side." Dude, I got the Yeezy Turtle Doves for $150.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the OG.
I remember that.
Turtle Doves.
I remember that.
He was sick with it.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, we'll do some more next stuff in a little bit. Now we're
okay.
Third quarter.
Third quarter.
So this is sneaker present. So right now, what's your current favorite shoe to wear?
My current favorite shoe to wear. It would be my Nike Space Hippies.
Okay.
They just super comfortable, man. Like, I mean, that's like a go-to shoe. It's almost like a pair of Crocs. You know what I'm saying? You slip your foot in, and I mean, that it's just so comfortable.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think that shoe is more comfortable than the Yeezys. That's just me.
Wow.
You know.
Okay.
I really love that shoe.
All right. Okay. Well, where do you? I can't even ask you this with a straight face, but where do you get your shoes at now? You divulge that information.
I get them a little bit everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Real blanket answer. That's fine. That's what I expected.
Yeah, I still got a couple people I can hit up or whatever, you know. But I ain't gonna lie to you, you know, it's not like it used to be. You know, by me not working in the store no more, it's not. You know what I'm saying? I gotta rely just like you do on fucking sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? These apps, and these apps is terrible. Like it's a hit and fucking miss, especially on certain shoes that you really want. And you can't get, man, your heart be so broken. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I think I'm about to.
Like, damn.
I hope not, but it's probably going to happen to me tomorrow with these padded Air Max 1s because people are like.
That's all you be talking about, them blue ones.
Yeah, because see, people who know, all right, you know, I work for Converse, which in turn means I work for Nike. All right. I get Nike discount.
Right.
Cool. But this shit don't work on the sneakers app. So I'm just like everybody else, just hoping I win. You know what I'm saying? Doing raffles for everybody else. So after those come out, whether I get them or not, I hope I get them. That's probably going to be it for me I'm going to try to get the off-white 2s because I like Jordan 2s. But
probably shut up. Yeah, 2s all day.
What's that?
I say, the 2s is a sleeper.
Yeah.
And you posted up a nice picture the other day of a bunch of tools. Yeah,
Hey,
I mean, my favorite pair of tools is definitely the original white, red, and black. You know, that's all day right there.
the only
Most
reason
definitely.
I'm not in the closet of Jordans right now is because all those 2 boxes are all over the place. That's why I'm just out here. So
I feel that. I feel that.
yeah, I still got.
I feel that.
But what would you say influences you purchasing a sneaker? You know, is it nostalgia? Is it how it looks like? What do you feel like? It's like for me, you know me. I mean, I wish it was the '80s and '90s, so it's nostalgia for me. But what influences you? You know, when you purchase a sneaker?
I mean, if I like it, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna get it. I mean, I'm old school to the heart. You know, you see they bringing back all the classics. You know, you see they bringing back the Griffeys, they bringing back the Bo Jacksons. You know, all them shoes, and of course they bringing back the pennies next year. You know, all those type of shoes.
Jason,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not on to all the newer colors and stuff like that. Now I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I am a six person. I love Jordan sixes. So yes, I did get the Bordeaux sixes. Yes, I did get the hair sixes.
so
I love sixes.
only
So I'm, you know,
sixes. Otherwise, you know me. You know I be talking shit like, nigga, why don't you just get the real thing?
yeah,
You know, I know.
yeah. But
Like,
yeah, I have the originals. I still have I have the hair 7 and I have the Bordeaux 7. But by I love the silhouette of the 6. You know, I got it. You know, same way with the with the quad 54s. You know, I got those. I have those 6s. A lot of people don't care for those. You know, I like them. You know, I love 6s.
yeah. Okay.
So
What's your most pickup?
my most recent pickup.
Know it, or is this shit that just didn't come out yet? What? That was kind of Camario is here.
What up, Rich? That's big bro right there.
The legend of
Hey, the legend. Hey, Cam is who got me to who I am to this day, man. I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for him, I learned my style seriously, Chris, through Cam Rich, man. That's my dude right there, man, for real. I learned so much from watching Cam, man.
Me too.
For real.
Me too.
Like he didn't get all the respect that he's due. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the legend right there. If it wasn't for Cam, then I promise you,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be who I am to this day. And that's real. That's real. Cam is who got me my job and everything. You know, so I love you, bro. You already know what it is.
Hey, I love you too, Camario. I've never seen. He always. Because I used to, for me, my experience with Next was just outthinking Rick. That was like my job. The shit at the store, counting the jeans and selling the shoes, and that was like secondary. It was all right. How's Rick gonna fuck with me this week? You know what I mean? And it would vary by
Right.
store. Now, when I was at Coventry, because they didn't give a fuck about Coventry anyway, I could pretty much do whatever down there, and I did. But
Right.
at Tower City, and especially at Northfield, it's like you under Rick's thumb. You know what I'm saying? He can see everything.
Right.
So,
Right.
that was tough. I'd have never made it without his help. You know.
Right. Right. No, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Now, before we go ahead, I do have to ask you some questions regarding previous employers. It's like a like a job interview, but I do have to ask you, how did you get started, being the shoe man when you had the shoes in the trunk before any stores? Like, how did that happen?
Okay. At that time, I was working. I was selling shoes, but I was also working at Finish Line.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we had shoes that would be like that was on the shelf or whatever, and at the time, I'm not gonna lie to you. At the time, fakes was in. They were in. Like if you wanted a shoe, I don't care if it was the 4s, the 13s. Like they were in. People wanted them, especially the you're gonna laugh, but back in the day they had to see through Air Force Ones,
Yeah.
and they also had to see through Jordans.
Yeah.
Sevens. And people wanted them. You know what I'm saying? So, we had them. I had them.
Like I was just gonna say I can remember having a conversation with you. I don't mean to cut you off. Let me just say because I will forget. I remember standing talking to you in Finish Line in Randall. This was like 2003 or 4. And I remember, because I knew what it was. I remember you had the fire red 4s. Them bitches ain't come out until 06, right? You had them with Nike Air on. And I remember saying to you, I'm like, so you're going to wear these here at Finish Line? And you was like, yeah, fuck it. What they going to say?
Look, true facts. Like I had those. I had the Carmelo 2s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had the Altitude 13s. They're all black with the green. I even got you. If you remember, you wanted the UNC 9s. I had got you the UNC 9s. Remember I brought them up to you?
Remember?
I mean, they look good.
Like, because he tried to overcharge me for them charcoals. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like 200 for the stuff. In 2005, that was unheard of.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, back then they were on it. You know what I'm saying? Like they was really on it. Like, I mean, then people didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? As long as they had the shoe, then they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, they were dead on. I mean, you seen it. Yeah. You seen when I had them fire reds on, Because
I remember you
like, they got the Nike Air on the back. I remember you saying that. Like, they actually have the Nike Air on the back.
Yeah. Because I remember you have them, and they would be like of unretro colorways that were OG. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember you had the hair before they came out.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck?
Yeah. But by me being deep into the shoes and like the love of the game of the shoes, and I wanted to make sure that I had the the OG colorways to J's and like people, because I had the 10s. Remember I had the zebra 10s. I had the white, black, and gray zebra 10s. I mean, everything was dead on. It was dead on.
I remember.
So,
Okay. Now, what was your experience like at Randall at Finish Line? Like, what was it like working there? Because I know you were there for a little while. You used to tell me about shit, and I would come up there and, cop after I would get off at Record Exchange. So, what was it like working there?
I mean, Finish Line was cool. Like I said, I've been doing this for so long that, I stayed like employee of the week or the month, that was, the difference with working at a shoe store to working at Next and stuff, then you had to sell, you couldn't just sell
the shoe.
Like you had to sell a shoe, you had to sell an insole, you had to sell a shoe cleaner. All that stuff is what helped you inside.
Yeah. That's
what helped you, get your money,
Yeah.
And I even sold shoestrings, because at then, people was, that's when the shoestrings was in, where people wanted to switch they laces out or they shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. So
I used to say something.
Yeah,
laces at Foot Action.
And dude, everybody knew that I was a big, back then I still am, but I was a little Slim Thug fanatic. I mean, people had said I favored him, and somebody said that Slim Thug was right next door at Next. That's when Next was like right next door to Finish Line.
Yeah,
and dude, I stopped with my cell and I ran over there and I told him, like I said, man, look, I am a fan. He seen I had, I smiled at him because I had my grill.
Yeah. When
he smiled at me, Chris, dude, he smiled at me, showed me his grill. I took my grill out of my mouth and put it back in my pocket. I said, never. It was just that shiny, like, for real.
Man.
So, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, that was, I got some serious memories when Randall Park Mall. Like, R.I.P. Randall Park Mall. I mean, that was definitely the stomping grounds right there, Randall Park Mall.
Yeah, we never, as Clevelanders, we never recovered from losing that because that was our sneaker ball.
That was it.
You know,
Like Randall Park Mall had every, like I said, had every sneaker store you could think of. I don't care if one store didn't have the shoe, you can go upstairs to City Blue. City Blue had the shoe. Or you can go down the store to
cool
Champs.
grays.
For that.
Yeah, that was crazy about them cool grays because everybody had them and niggas was wilding out.
Everybody had them.
Yeah.
But Foot Locker got it the worst.
Yeah.
They tore that fence down, dude. I was there.
I remember that.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be sitting here talking about Randall all night. So let me switch gears and ask you, what was it like, being at Foot Locker at Severance?
Foot Locker Severance was that was the same thing as working at, basically working at Finish Line. You did the exact same thing. You sold shoes, you sold insoles, shoe cleaner. That's what that was. It wasn't really, you selling Jordan t-shirts and stuff like that. It was more to selling insoles.
Yeah.
I didn't care what it was, dude. If somebody bought a pair of LeBron 4s, I would tell them to take that cushion out that shoe and try this insole. Like, I would literally put the insole inside the shoe for them to walk in it and see. That's how good I was when it came down to actually selling the insoles. The insoles is what got you your money.
Yeah.
That's where it was at.
Yeah.
So
Champs in Tower City, it was the same thing. Like, it would be harder for me to
all day
the insoles at night because that was when the hood would be in Tower City. After like 3,
right,
all them functional people would be going back either to work or home, and it would just be niggas
right
from up the street and Longwood and Outway, like, nigga, I just got the shoes, nigga. I don't need no motherfucking insoles, nigga. The fuck, them bitches.
Right, that's how it was,
yeah.
And that's how it was. But see, like I said, I was that kind of guy where I could persuade you just to be like, dude, you need these.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make your foot feel better. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be easier for you to walk with, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just a smooth talker, and that's just how it is. That's how it was with me.
Yeah.
That's how. I just got a good mouthpiece. Put it that way.
It was easy for me to sell them. I could sell them to ladies. With dudes, it was a little harder for me to sell them, and it would be damn near impossible to sell kids insoles. Like, I think three of those the whole time I've been with Foot Locker at least 3 times, and that second time it was all about the insoles, and yeah, I probably sold 3 kids insoles the whole time I was with the company. So that was a tough one. But the last place I'm gonna ask you about, because I know about Next and Crush. What was it like working for Gotti at Urban Revolution? I've always wanted to ask you that. I never remember to.
Hey, Gotti was the man. Like, Gotti, if don't nobody remember Gotti and Urban Revolution was right there off of Warrensville Center Road, considered Maple Heights, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
right next to Record.
He had the hottest in fashion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he took over. Like, he was, like, Gotti was that dude. Like we had the Wheat Tims. We did. You know what I'm saying? They might not have been the exact pair, but we had a pitch where, you know what I'm saying? Like, people did, like I said, people wasn't on it like that back then, because Tims was a certain price. And if you can come and see me, if you can come to us, me and Gotti, and get some Tims for $80 compared to 160 or whatever, you're gonna get them $80. You're gonna get them $80 Tims, because I mean, especially the hood niggas, they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Because they was gonna fuck them up anyway.
Like, listen,
you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I mean, he brought the celebrities. I met 2 Chainz. At the time he was Titty Boy.
Yeah,
I met Titty Boy. I met OJ. He brought OJ the Juice Man. He took care of us. Like, I mean, Gotti was that dude, man, and like I said, that's how this whole thing started. I was working at Urban Revolution, and I think Next had got in the Jordan. What was the Hair Ones? That's what they were, the Hair Ones. Didn't nobody know who the hell I was. Like, they didn't. I sold Next whole fucking shipment of their Jordan Hair ones. Camario told Rick, Rob, all them about me, and they gave me an interview, and it was deuces.
Yeah.
To Urban Revolution. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, to this day, it's always love. But of course, next was next. You know what I'm saying? Next had all the hot fashion. All the shit was real. It was.
Yeah.
That's where the money was at. Like I said, Gotti kept me with money. Like, it was days I didn't even have to come to work, and he would just give me advances. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, seriously though, but. Urban Revolution, most definitely.
He used to just give me, because that was right next to Record Exchange, and I used to fuck with, Gotti. Shit, if I saw him now, it would still be love. I haven't seen him in a long time, but
dude, this is when this is when I didn't even know about, like I said, I was young, Mm-hmm. The store would be open, we'd be in the back drinking, they'd be in the back smoking. I didn't. At the time, I didn't, I wasn't no drinker for real. But Gotti, shit, if you there with Gotti, you drinking. You know what I'm saying? It was Red Bull and Hennessy and Coke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how we was getting down. Seriously.
Yeah.
We had I didn't know what the fucking taser was, dude. He pulled out a taser and he fucking tased me with it to show me what a fucking taser was, and then he gave it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anytime
seriously,
Gotti, it was fire. Like fire.
Gotti always had the fire.
Always had
the fire.
He would always look out.
And to this day,
at least 3 jerseys that I still have.
Yeah, hey, dude, this is what happened. And to this day, like I said, it's always gonna be love. But one day, Gotti had told me to take, because he had a Cadillac truck.
Yeah, the white one.
I guess we were being watched or whatever. I guess the store was being watched. And Gotti told me to take his truck and park it somewhere. So I parked it down the street and I walked back to the store like nothing happened, right? As I walked back into the store, we got raided. And I'm talking about, dude, guns, dogs, all kind of shit came. Dude, I was freaking out because I ain't never seen no shit like this before in my life. You know what I'm saying? So the police asked me a question. They gonna say, "Where is the truck?" I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." "Oh, you don't? How about that white Cadillac truck you just parked down the street?" And I said, "Oh shit, it's over with." Dude, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. They took my ID. They said, "If your ID is clean, you can get out of here." Dude, my ID came back clear. Dude, I ran from that store like I ain't never ran before in my life. Because like I said, dude, you seeing guns being pulled out, you seeing dogs, dude. I was in such scared mode. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I thought I was going to jail for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, Gotti was that guy.
Yeah,
he was definitely that guy.
Hey, I didn't never know what he was up to, but he used to keep me with the LRG because, see, before Gotti,
he was that type of dude. That's how he was.
Yeah,
that's how he was.
Before Gotti,
that's how he was. He would give you stuff. Yeah, he would just give it to you, and be like, "Go ahead and rock this."
12, 13 years later.
Yeah. Go ahead and rock this.
Yeah, this look like you, Chris. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, thanks. Oh man. And anytime he needed, I used to just give him shit from Record Exchange, like mixtapes or whatever. Like, man, you can have anything in here, man. I couldn't get I think I gave him a 360 because we had like 20 of them at the time. So, it was good times. I used to do a lot of shit.
That was definitely good times.
Yeah, but all right. Let me we'll switch gears to Q4 and go to sneaker future right quick before we talk about some more next. So right quick, how do you see your collection going in the future? Like, what direction do you see yourself going with the shoes?
Man, believe it or not, man, I've already downsized. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing like yours, Chris. And I've had kicks. You be like, when you used to be like, damn, how you get them? Remember when I had the LeBron, the 8s, the St. Vincent ones, I believe it was. And you was like, how do you know? That's one shoe that you never was able to get, but I had it.
Yeah, I remember.
It's shoes that I regret to this day that I sold that I still wish I had. And I know you know the number one shoe that I wish I still had, which is my Doorbecker sixes.
Telling people about that.
You know, like, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I felt like I got my rocks out the shoe, okay, and at the time it was what I get. It was the 2K4 LeBrons, and at the time you couldn't get the 2K4 LeBrons unless you what was it from the video game or something?
Yeah, 2K4.
Is that how that went, Chris?
Round 11 with the cheat on.
Yeah,
yeah,
with the cheat on it.
Yeah.
Man, them bitches was hard. I said, dude, I want those. I need them. I got my rocks out of my sixes. Chris, my dude Matt, stood up to this day. They said, don't do it. You know, I'm a hardhead, I'm a hardhead. Now that shoe is going for something crazy. And I don't even know what the LeBrons is going for now. You know what I'm saying? The 2K4.
Everything. But gave him the Doorbecker sixes and the nines for those LeBrons. That is his
yeah, I did. I did get them nines up. Damn. I was
like, you gonna give both of them to him? And
I sure did.
And me
the sixes and
never, I don't think that, he hates me, but we were never as cool after that because he felt like I was hating. But I'm like, man, come on, man. 2 Doorbeckers for a LeBron that is limited, but it's just going to drop in value. Like, come on, man. He was like, no.
Hey, dude, that was a lesson learned, man. It was just like I had a pair of Jordan 1s. Like I said, this is when I didn't know shit about a Jordan 1. I didn't, fuck a Jordan 1. I had a pair of beat up ass Jordan 1s. Chris, I don't even think I told you this story. I had a pair of beat up ass Jordan 1s. Dude knew I had them or whatever, and he asked me for them. He said, can I get them Jordan 1s from you? I said, yeah, you what? Them ones right there? I mean, they were beat the fuck up. I didn't shit. Dude, do you know he took that shoe and he told me he sold that shoe for almost $1,500? So I said, you did what? He said, they gone. They sold. I said, they sold for how much? $1,500. I said, so where my cut at? He laughed. He laughed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he laughed at me like, you ain't getting nothing. So like I said, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson when it come down to selling shoes to certain, I do some research now. Yeah. I regret a lot of shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's on your radar next?
What shoes I'm aiming for? Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and re-grab the Cool Gray 11. I still have mine, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the newer pair. I want the I'm gonna go ahead and probably get the patent leather bread ones too. I still have the one, I still have the original ones, the ones that actually came out. I still have those. Other shoe that I see come. I want LeBron 19s, dude. I want them bad. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with LeBron in the 19s. Like, I want the Space Jam. I want the uniforms. I want the breads. I don't know what's going on, but they're not dropping our sizes.
Yeah, they've come out overseas, but they haven't come out over here. I don't know what the deal is with that. So.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Like, that's
soon, because ain't nobody gonna care in a minute.
Yeah, just like how to what the LeBron 17.
Yeah, it's like came out when it came out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go back to some classic Next Tales for the people that are still on, we've lost some viewers, but do you have any questions for me?
Nah, I ain't got no questions for you right now. Not that I can think of, no.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much know. So, all right. Give me your worst releases you could think of you did at Next and I'll give you mine. Some were with you, some were without.
The worst releases that we did that I remember, it was a Jordan 5 release, I think it was. I believe it was a Jordan 5 release. I want to. As a matter of fact, it was the Bel Air. It was the Bel Air 5s.
Yeah,
It was them. The gray ones.
That was pretty bad. I still have PTSD from that release.
Yeah, it was that one.
Man, they keep coming.
Yeah, it was that one. Shit. What was another one? Damn, dude.
Well, here I'll name.
Yeah, go ahead and name because I don't remember. I know it was the Bel Air 5s for sure.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad.
Was it the 13s too? Was it the He Got Games?
Yeah, those was pretty bad too. I remember.
The He Got Games.
I remember Jay Newt and T.S. that got into it that release because Jay Newt cut the line. Remember that?
Dude, this nigga came. This dude.
He had them on.
How do you? Okay, so we know we got the shoe put up for you or whatever, but you don't want to make it. You gonna bring yourself into the fucking store and let people know that my shoe better be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? Is you serious?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh man.
Most definitely was the He Got Game 13s, and it was them Bel Air 5s that I remember.
Yeah, for Northfield, of course, the black and red 11s, that was pretty bad. That was like my first one.
Yeah, the black and red patent leathers for sure.
Those was pretty bad. The grape 5s was pretty bad. The grape 5s, we had enough pairs for everybody, but the release was so long. We had so many pairs. It was the only release I could think of where I was still selling them as we were going into the regular day. Remember, we used to close down, and then we would open back up at 11 for the regular day. You know, but it was so many pairs. Yep. I think the last grape 5 I sold was like at 11:30, and I'm like, God, man, I've been at this since 8 o'clock. I was like, I was stuck to the register just.
And what's crazy was we couldn't leave until the shoes was gone.
Yeah.
I remember that. I definitely remember. What up, Porter? I see you in here.
Yeah, man.
DV.
Hey, he did bring up Family Sportswear downtown. Did you ever go there?
Yeah.
I used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
Especially during the record.
Yeah, I remember Family Sportswear.
Michelle, she used to look out. Jared, like those are some good people. I was working at Next when they closed down Family Sportswear because I still used to fuck with them even though I would be at Next to shit. I could never get nothing from Next.
Right, right.
These 11s is on hold for Seneca Wallace. You got to hold 3 pairs of 10.5 for Joe Hayden. We couldn't take care of Rich Paul at Beechwood, so hold him at 8.5 here at Northfield. You know, like it was just.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that. So it was a time that I was told that I could not get a shoe, and this was the purple foams or whatever, and I'll never forget this day.
The Phoenix Suns?
It was a size. It was the purple foams, the what they call them, the eggplant. That's what they were, the eggplant foams, and they were at the time I was wearing the size 13, and they told me they were mine at first. Then they called me back and gonna say, Louis. That's what Rick said, like, Louis, I can't get you them phones. I said, what do you mean you can't get me those phones? He was like, well, you know, LeBron James peoples need a size 13. I said, who? he said LeBron James peoples. I said, okay, hold on. LeBron James. I said, ain't he signed with Nike? What the fuck? I said, well, maybe I can't get the shoe. So, I think if I'm not mistaken, Shoe Shane held me down on a size 13 in those eggplant phones. I told him I needed the shoe. I want to say I went on ahead and took care of him early. And I knew and I think he told me he only had one size 13. I said, dude, I gotta have it. I gotta have the shoe. I don't care what it is. I pay whatever. I gotta have the shoe. And yeah, I got the shoe. And do you know, a week later, that shoe still sat at the fucking store, and LeBron James peoples never came to get that shoe?
I got one for you. So another person who used to keep me from getting shoes was fucking Ted Ginn Jr. It was always, for me, it was always football players. You know what I mean? Like, it would be
Yeah, it was
Ginn,
definitely.
it would be Seneca Wallace,
Trent Richardson in there.
Trent Richardson, because he used to always, you know, with performance.
Trent Richardson and his brother.
See, his brother used to.
And his brother.
His brother wore a 13, but he wore a 12. And I used to want 12s and the Kobe's and LeBrons and stuff just because, you know.
Hey, y'all, I'm glad y'all tuning in. So this gonna kill Chris. Chris gonna get mad about this one. So, y'all know how big of a Kobe fan Chris is, right? Okay. We got the What the Kobe's, right? The What the Kobe's that came in. And
hey, Port just said,
of course
that's true. I used to get tired of seeing.
Hey, look, of course they looked out for me. And what's crazy was my shoe was waiting for me, and I ended up going to Vegas for the weekend or whatever, and they still held me down on my shoe. Do you know Chris wasn't even able to get that shoe?
No, I got it.
No, they told you couldn't get the Kobe, I thought.
No, I had to fight with Rick. I fought with Rick all day over those shoes.
Oh, okay. Well, so you did get them. Okay.
What happened was,
okay.
You know, we used to close at 7 at Tower City. He was like, "All right, Chris, I can't get you.
Yeah.
I can't get you. I can't get you a 12, but I can get you an 11. I mean, can you do an 11?"
Oh, yeah. Hey, of course you're gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
of course.
I can do an 11. You know, so then somehow Omar and I crossed paths, and he needed an 11, and he had a 12. So we ended up just swapping, and I ended up getting my 12. Because I'm like, come on, Rick. You know I'm not going to sell these shoes. You know how I feel about Kobe. I'm a Lakers fan. I've had arguments with you on why I like the Lakers and I don't rock with the Heat or the Cavs. You know, the Lakers are my team. I even have a Lakers tattoo. Like, come on, man. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I understand. They know it. Yeah, they knew it.
Rest in peace, Colleen. She had them for
Colleen
on the table at Old Northfield with my name on them. You know, so I literally had to fight with Rick all day over them because we talked like 7 or 8 different times. I never talked to him that much in a day. And, yeah, it was crazy. Port says Zack damn near kept Kobe's like LeBron's. Kobe was dropping heat. Yeah, shout out to Port, man.
Port all day. Hey, me and Port go. Hey, me and Port wore the exact same size shoe. So it was a lot of times that he would come to the store. He'd be like, "Hey, y'all, nope." I'd be like, "Nope, they gone."
Yeah, I would feel bad.
Damn, Zack, can I get a shoe? that was his very line. Like, damn, can I get a shoe?
Yeah, he would hit me up sometimes on Coventry, but a lot of times on Coventry, I wouldn't even get a 13.
Yep, because they made sure it came to my store for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't even get a 13. I would get a 12. And sometimes I would even get a 14, but I wouldn't even get a 13. But
yep.
Yeah, those were some good times. I mean, for me, the worst releases I think I worked, again, at Northfield, it was the Bel Air 5s, the He Got Game 13s, the Fear 5. That Fear Pack was pretty bad. That was a pretty intense.
The Fear Pack. Yeah.
Those Red 4s. The Toros, that was kind of intense.
The Toro 4s, yeah. Shit, the black 6s was crazy.
Yeah, well, that was at Bedford. That was down the street. That I look at that as a
yeah.
But
yeah.
But nah, at regular Northfield, those the Area 72 shit was all kind of those Barkley posits was.
Oh yeah. The Barkley posits, all them.
Yeah.
All them. That was the areas
for
sure.
That was the first time they told me no. They were like, Rick told me I could get the Vandal or the Blazer, but I couldn't get none of the other shoes. And I'm like, all I can get is the Vandal or the Blazer. And then
but I got both pair of the Barkleys.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep, I got both pair of the Barkleys. Yep.
It's like, well, you know, Zack wears a 14. I mean, there's not really his size isn't as popular as yours. But we have to take care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were a lot of shoes I couldn't get 12 and 13. Like I couldn't get the Phoenix foam posits. I couldn't get the white Shacks. I couldn't get the white foam.
Oh yeah, I remember that day.
The first shoe, it was like I got clearance on that I could get were those pure platinum LeBron 10s. Remember them and the grapes came out on the same day.
Yep.
He was like, you know, Chris, if you want a pair of grapes, you can get a pair of grapes. I mean, we got 6 size 12s. We've got 411. Have that.
Yep.
So
yeah. Like he doing you a favor.
Yeah, like he doing me a favor, like I'm getting the bitch for free or something. So,
yeah.
But no, Ted Ginn is the reason why I have my Fear 5s, because they were at Beechwood. He had the Fear 5s and the Green Glow 4s. And, you know, these shoes came out in August. So this was like October. This was right before Colleen and I switched, and I became store manager at Tower City. I remember Rick was like,
shout out to my boy Munch too. Yep, all day.
Munch is the reason why I got on at Next. You know, as you remember me from Villa when we worked at Villa.
Hey, what people don't know is that Next did lose their contract. It was a time when I was there. I don't know if y'all remember them all white Jordan 12s that had came out. The Rising Suns, okay? And they had got recalled back in or whatever. We sold all ours quick. So when Nike or whatever called back for the shoes, we couldn't give them shoes back. You know what I'm saying? So that was the year that we didn't get the Flu Game 12s.
Yeah.
And I want to say the Space Jams or something came out that year.
Yep.
But shout out to my boy Munch 215. I called him at the time. He was working at the Villa. I put in a shoe order with him. Munch comes into Next Randall with bags in his hand of all the Flu Game 12s. I'm talking about. I'm like, then you want a size 5? Then you want a size 6? I was serious with it. Like, and Rick and them looking at me like, I mean, Lewis, what are you doing? he was like, this is a conflict. And I said, look here, Rick. I said, do you see all these people in the store? I said, they're getting shoes and they're still getting their clothes. I mean, they're still making the customer happy either way it go. Obviously, we can't get the shoe because we lost our contract. So, you know, I'm going to get them the shoe. I'm going to make sure they get the shoe still. So I bought a bunch of them from Munch, like I said, when he was at the Villa. And, you know, and I took care of all my customers, including me, you know, and made sure everybody had got the Flu Games. That's when, like I said, we had lost our contract.
Yeah,
so
good.
Definitely big shout out to Munch.
I remember you used to hit me up and ask me if I wanted the shoes. You remember I was across the street for a little while there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I like, yes, that's like I said, that's one thing I did. I show love to everybody. Like I made sure that the people that really wanted the shoe, I made sure that they got it, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, I wanted to, a little something on the side, make sure you got them, but you got the shoe. You didn't have to wait in that long ass line. You could call me and be like, look, I'm going to the club or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be able to make, okay, I'll still get you your shoe. Just make sure, you look out for me on the other end, And that's when I think that's when I had told you, I'm like, yeah, Chris, you could be making, dude, you don't get them the shoe for this price, dude. You could be making this, that, and the other right now. You know what I'm saying?
It was different though.
It
was different for you because see, you always say that. It was different for you because being at Northfield, you knew you were going to get the shoe. At Tower City,
yeah, true.
I might get the shoe. At Coventry, you know what I mean? It was different. You knew you were getting them because Rick had his people and you had your people, some of which used to be Rick's. So you knew you were going to get the shoe. And
it was times, y'all, that Coventry was supposed to have got a shipment of Jordans, but if I needed them, Coventry didn't get them.
I'm like, Zack, how the fuck you gonna steal all my shoes, man?
hey, Chris would call me like, like for real, I already don't get shit down here. you couldn't make sure I got my shoes. I mean, come on, Zach, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like I had that many. I literally had that many customers like that I would normally take care of. You know what I'm saying? And Rick, and then they'd be like, you know, he got his customers, and Chris like, well, what the fuck do I got? You know what I'm saying? Like for real? Is you serious?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it used to be frustrating, but like in Tower City, for instance, they let me know both times. The black and red one came out twice during my time at Next. I worked at Next from 2012 to 2017. So
yeah,
the black and red one came out holiday of 13, and it came out September of 16. Now, both times they let me know the day before the release that I wasn't getting it. So I had people trying to give me money at Tower City, trying to get the ones or whatever. And
I remember
they gave me them fucking fives. What are they called? Them 3-lab fives. They were like black and red with the cement all over them. I'm like, I
actually like that too. Yeah, I remember that.
They came out on New Year's Eve, 2013.
I remember that.
Ain't nobody gonna buy these for $225. But we sold them.
Yeah, that's what you said too. That's what you said too.
Nobody gonna buy these, man.
Nobody want to buy these.
The gray ones with the cement, they sold okay, but they weren't like a big deal. You know, so yeah. But now we're talking about Tower City. The worst releases I did down there. I mean, the Taxi 12 was horrible. Christian probably ain't on here no more, but Taxi 12 was bad because we had people fighting in front of Next and Villa just for spots. You know, just to try to get line for the shoe.
Yeah, this shit was real. This shit was real.
Because the Gamma release wasn't that bad to me, you know, a week later. But that Taxi release was ill. The Gamma 12 was pretty bad because you remember back holiday 13, remember Next, we were like taking people's money, but we didn't have the shoes yet. And we had like a list. And we had to call them like, hey, yo, LeBron 11 Christmases are here or whatever.
Yes.
I remember there were literally 50 people outside of Next Tower City trying to get those Gamma 12s, and I didn't have the shoe. And I had to face all the people. People mad, cussing, you know what I mean? And there's nobody down there. There's no security, nothing. It's just me. And
no security for you or nothing.
Yeah. Now, they used to give me the option of security, you know, for releases. But, you know, a lot of times Rick would be like, I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, you know? But...
hey, or I'm glad you say that. Or that we this is facts, y'all. We'll get a shoe in or whatever. It could be whatever Jordan it is or whatever, and Rick could call me or he'll call Chris and be like, I mean, is the shoe big or something? I mean, is this the shoe? I remember we got the red Griffies in. I'll never forget this. We got the Cincinnati red Griffies in, and he couldn't even when they came in, he was like, at first he was like, oh yeah, this shoe ain't doing, you know, this shoe, it's nothing or whatever. Then he see all these phone calls coming in asking about them or whatever. He like, yeah, I don't know if you guys would be able to get your discounts on these. Huh? Yeah. What you made? Like you just said you didn't think this shoe was doing nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like sometimes me and Chris would have to lie and be like, oh yeah, this shoe ain't gonna do nothing.
And then
this shoe ain't doing nothing.
We're gonna be like, I thought you said it wasn't gonna do that. Nah, I guess I was wrong, you know. But
yeah.
That Cincinnati.
I was so slick with it. Rick would be like, I'm telling you now, Lewis, I will be watching the cameras. He said, I will be watching the cameras. If I see anything that doesn't seem right, I'm telling you, Lewis, that's it. That's it.
He used to tell me that too at Tower City, especially.
Yeah, they didn't care as long as the shoe sold and got rid of. It was, you know, it was a go.
Yeah, like, you know, that's Cincinnati.
That's how it was.
It was the worst.
That's how it was.
It was the worst release I did when I worked for Villa. It was definitely that Cincinnati red.
Right.
That year the Rabbit 7 was pretty bad too. Y'all niggas was camping out for him. I remember that. But that.
Hey, shout out to my cousin Dre. Real talk. I had I had put him out in front of the Villa, because Villa was the only spot that had that shoe that I knew that had the Year of the Rabbits or whatever.
Yeah.
And I had him camp out. He camped out for me. I got him some McDonald's and stuff. I bought him one of those lawn chair things, and I got off work, and we walking through the parking lot. People are like, "What up, Zack? This, that, and other, whatever." And I'm walking up. I'm see it's a line full of people, and I'm walking up towards the front. They're looking at me like, "Where is you going?" I'm like, "This is me right here." They like, oh.
Now look,
they was pissed.
All right,
pissed. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad Dre's still in here because I remember seeing him, and I didn't know him like that yet. I knew of him, but I didn't know him like that yet. And I remember I was like, "You're here for the sevens?" He was like, "Yeah, the sevens." And he looked so out of place because of how he was dressed. Because he had on the
how he was dressed.
He had on the BBC shirt. He had the BBC shirt.
Yes.
With like the vape hat.
Hey, my cousin stayed in some BBC. Stayed in some BBC.
Yeah, it was like he didn't look like he should have been on Lee and Harvard. Like he looked out of place as fuck. I'm like,
Lee and Harvard, hell no.
Yeah,
hell no.
He had on vape and BBC. And this before niggas really started having BBC in the city. You know what I mean? This is 2011, like, you had to
Dre was fresh.
That shit
Dre stayed fresh. Dre stayed fresh. Like, that's one thing I can say about my cousin. Like, he rocks shit that people wouldn't even think about rocking, like vapes and shit. Dude, I didn't even know what the fuck a vape was like that. That was shit that I really wasn't into. But you know what I'm saying? He was into that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where it was at. So
yeah, good time.
Most definitely.
Oh man, yeah. At Coventry, I don't think I really had any bad ones. The 72 and 10 was pretty bad on Coventry. I remember I had the family. It was a mother and she had 8 sons, and they all tried to run in the store together. And I knew I shouldn't have set up. I'm like, man, what the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all can't just run up in here like that. Them niggas out there killed me thinking that y'all got all the shoes. Now, one of y'all can come in, and then the next person can come in. And it was like, man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, whatever. Y'all don't have to get the shoes. I used to say that quick.
Right.
I don't have to sell y'all the shoes. So.
Right. That was your favorite line.
Yeah.
I ain't got to sell y'all these shoes.
Yeah. Shout out to Kev. Kev is in the chat.
Oh, my boy in the building. Yeah. What up, Kev?
Cleveland's got
Sam in the building. Yes, sir.
Yeah. LeBron's 6 family pack was an absolute disaster. I remember him telling me about that. Yeah. Remember they had those LeBron 6s and you could only get them at Next where it was like the figure and it was the shoe.
Only. Yeah.
I remember Rick
I most definitely remember that.
I think he had the kid LeBron 6. And he was like, "Yeah, Chris, you don't have these." You know what I'm saying? And he had them in there. Remember he had that closet that was full of nothing but old shoes. Like he had the fucking. Remember he had the MVP LeBron 6s. He actually cracked my head. I was mad he had them bitches.
Yeah, Rick definitely has some heat for sure. Rick definitely got some heat, most definitely.
But I ain't
working at the store. You already know.
Yeah, Rick gave me that fucking Jeff Hamilton jacket with all the NBA patches on it. It was like brand new. I still got that bitch. Oh,
I remember you was telling me about that. Hey, most definitely.
Before we go, because we are gonna have to close off in a minute here. It's getting later. But
okay, go ahead.
You remember what? And this was just for shits and giggles. Remember I had bought them Robin G's just to see Rick's response.
Yeah.
Because I remember I came in and he saw the fucking the little hawk that used to be on the Robin G's.
Hey,
he like.
He looked at me.
He looked.
Hey, he looked at me. Yeah. And he looked at me and was like, I mean, Lewis. he said, "Did you see Chris?" I said, "What about Chris?" I said, "What about Chris? Turn the light back on." I said, "What about Chris?" He said, he got on some Robin jeans. I said, okay, what that mean? I mean, did you see they have the wing on it? I said, ain't that what Robin G's supposed to have, the wing?
Oh man.
But yeah, you already know.
Yeah, I did.
I said we can go all night on this. But yeah, go ahead, ask me the questions you want to ask about the shoes, and so because we can talk about next.
We finished with that. That's why we talk about this. We finished with the questions.
So no tragic stories and none of that stuff. We ain't got none of that.
Shit, these releases we've been talking about have been tragic, tragic stories. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
But I mean, I definitely had a tragic story, and I mean, this is real talk, y'all. So everybody know that I had a lot of shoes, phones. This is a tragic
I
story
wasn't even going
about
up
this.
because I already know where you're going. I wasn't even going to bring this one up.
Yeah, this is tragic for me, and this is why I don't wear phones no more. And this is real talk, y'all. So at the time, I guess people somebody thought that I was the man. Like I'm out here selling drugs, doing what and I wasn't doing none of that. I was just working, working at the store, buying what I wanted to buy. Some people broke into my house, literally went through my room. I mean, this is when True Religion was going tough and everything. They took all my True Religion. They took the True Religion hats. Every one of my phone posits that I had, like I'm talking about the blue ones, the electric green, the South Beaches, you name them. I had every fucking phone there was. The cough drops, I had them. Somebody took one of each fucking phone posit shoe that I had. Took one of each shoe I had, literally one shoe, and left me with the left or the right. What the fuck am I gonna do with one shoe? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I was so heated off that to the point where I don't wear phones no more.
Yeah,
I spent so much money. You know how much phone posits was?
yeah.
Dude, I had, Chris, I had every color. I literally had every color phone posit there was, y'all. Literally.
I remember
every phone posit. I even had the newer blue phones, and I had the OG blue phones. I'm talking about my souls were pissy yellow. They took every one of my fucking phones, the all black phone posits, I had them on. They took every one of my phones, like one of each shoe. And that did it for me. Like I won't wear a phone posit. That's the main reason why I won't buy another phone. Now I mean, if I can get my hands on the OG original pair of the blue phones, that would be the only pair of phones I get. But that broke my heart. That's why I could never really rock phones no more. Because that right there, that was some hate type shit.
Yeah.
That was the most hated shit in the world for you to and it was definitely somebody that knew me, that knew that I love to wear shoes, and I was into sneakers like that, and would take one of each shoe and leave me with the left or the right. So I couldn't do nothing with it. What else can I do? I took all those shoes and threw them away. All them phone posits and threw them away. So that was my most tragic story right there.
That's probably the worst one we've had in all of the Shorty conversations. So
yeah, that was my most tragic one.
I wasn't even gonna bring that up because
that was it.
That was awful. Yeah, I mean, I really tried to kind of switch up the format. With this being 50 and me knowing so many answers to some of these questions that I'm asking you just because we've known each other for like 20 years, that's why this episode was a little different. That's why certain questions I didn't ask you because I already know, Right.
Chris already know. I mean, he knows that if y'all don't know, my favorite Jordan is the 6. My all-time favorite shoe is from my favorite movie, White Man Can't Jump, the Nike Air Command 2s. If you don't know about that, you need to watch White Man Can't Jump. Billy Hoyle. Yeah. He rocks that shoe. I love that shoe to death.
I don't think I've worn them bitches. It's been at least 3 or 4 years since I've even worn any of. I wish I would have got the Spurs color, not the black ones. I got the black ones, but the white and gray with the teal. I really should have got those because I had them at Coventry, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
So, and they go.
Yeah, like I said,
You know.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, and y'all, this is a funny story, y'all. I gotta tell this story.
All right, just a little
So
before we go.
I had the old school D Browns, the Reebok pumps, right? When I found out that they were re-bringing them back out again, the black and white ones with the orange pump ball. At the time, they didn't, they had released them on Reebok, and I missed it. I was pissed. I was to the world. I was so mad it wasn't even funny.
Still.
So I followed D Brown on Instagram, and I literally messaged D Brown and told him how big of a fan I was of the shoe, how much I really wanted the shoe, this, that, and the other. And he literally reached back out to me and told me that they were doing a restock on them. And he apologized for all that had happened and everything. Like, hey, that was real, man, dude. To have D Brown himself respond to you, like, that was real. And I actually went on ahead and got the pumps. I had to, I paid a little bit more for them, but I got them. So
yeah,
I definitely got
I
them.
still don't have them. The only Omni Light I have is. Do you remember this was like
the Saved by the Bells?
Yeah, no, I got one though. You remember when we had at Dex we had all them Basquiat Reeboks?
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, I had already started being at Coventry. I wasn't at Tower City anymore. But they had all of the Basquiat Reeboks in the back of Tower City, and they were like $9.99. So I bought all of them. So
damn,
I didn't buy like all the pairs, but I bought one of each, in my size or whatever. And that's the Omni Light I have. They're like black and red, and they got like writing over them. But I've never had that black, white, and orange. I mean, my wife even has them bitches. I don't even have them. So I gotta.
Dude, shout out to your wife, man. Wifey collection is, man. Every time I get on Instagram now, I don't even care to like. I know what you got, but when you see your wife rock certain shit, I be like, damn, she got those.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You got shit.
Like, hey, wifey collection is serious.
Yeah. Let's see here. Dapper Sam, 85. What's the most you ever paid for a shoe? For me, 300. For my wife, it's been more than that. But for me, 300.
For me, it was five. It was five. Well, I paid twice this. I paid $500 for the Cork LeBrons 10s, and I paid $500 again for the Champagne Jordan 6s. That's how bad I wanted them.
Yeah, I'm surprised those go for as much as they do. Because nobody wanted them bitches in 2014. Everybody just wanted the cigar. Nobody wanted the champagne. But, whew, yeah, she's got some stuff. And since she's finished wearing her pink shoes, it's gonna be some stuff this month. Because she's got shit that.
Dude, she already rocking shit. She just had on the damn Rain Mans the other day, the Shine Camps.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I was like, shit.
Listen, I'm gonna just say this. If you ever don't want to live in Cleveland anymore, come down here because it's different. The shoes is different down here than they are in Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, they're different. I mean, for one, Cleveland, I'll say this closing. I love Cleveland. I'm probably one of the only people that moved away from Cleveland that still miss it. I wake up and be like, man, I'm gonna go down Lakeshore to Savers, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm in North Carolina. I have to remember. But down here it's a lot of outlets, and outlets are.
Hey, real Big Al Kick said, come to Death Row.
Real. It's different. The shoes are different down here. I mean, some shit is gonna sell. Jordan 1s are gonna sell anywhere. Dunks right now are gonna sell right now. That's gonna change probably though. But it's just
1s came out of nowhere, dude. Like shit.
Yeah.
Like everybody want 1s now.
Yeah.
I remember when people weren't even rocking 1s.
Yeah, the 1 was like how the two is now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. I mean, it is different down here with the shoes, and I'll just say I've benefited from being down here. My collection has grown mightily just from being down here. Because I'll say it's some shoes that if I were still in Cleveland, I probably would have that I don't. But it's a lot of shoes I have now that I wouldn't have if I was still there. So, it's been a trade-off, but I still miss Cleveland quite a bit. So,
yeah.
But yeah, man. Well, look, I really appreciate you being on. This has been a 2-hour episode. It's been a while since I had an episode. It was quite the
50th episode, man. You already know.
Yeah,
I appreciate the love, y'all. Like I said, we've been doing this for a long time. I love Chris like a brother. Man, I definitely appreciate you for having me on your show, Chris. For real, man. Fresh off work, I came straight here to get on with you real quick.
Yeah, me too. V Faded. I stay in North Carolina now. I'm not in Cleveland. I've been down here for about a year. So
hey, that's who you gotta have next on the show, Chris. That's my dude I've been telling you about.
V Faded?
You gotta V Faded, most definitely.
Christian, why on the show? We'll do that, Christian. You let me know when,
Oh yeah, get my little sister on the show, most definitely.
Yeah. But
she got a nice
but it's Sneakerhead Poppy. I'm gonna be in touch with you. V Faded, I'll be in touch with you. Christian, I need you to. Is your number still the same? Is it still the same number it's been? We haven't talked in a while. We haven't FaceTimed in a while. So Christian, we got to catch up. And I appreciate everybody for watching. This has been a really, really fun time, and I love y'all, man.
You already know. One.
Yeah. So I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.
Yes, sir.
All right.